Hey, what's up? Welcome back. I'm Trevor, the creative guy behind Pixel Studios. So we're still proceeding. Last time we talked about the typography and the types of typography. Make sure you record that. So right now I'm just going to share you about the design brief. Every client asking for a design, he or she has to give you a design brief. You need to, as a graphic designer, you need to ask for a design brief because you need to understand what they want, what colors do they use, and what audiences are they targeting. So during the design brief, you consult your clients to explain more about themselves, about what they are trying to do, what message are they trying to communicate, and from there it's where you now start your research. Since now you know their audiences, you know their color, and you know their intended purpose of what they are requesting. So you do the research. And in previous videos I mentioned that a research is done in two phases, whereby firstly you research on the client, you do a research on the client. What have the client been using before? What kind of designs? What are you trying is you're just trying to grasp what they have been using in the past. And also after discovering that, because you know what colors they use, you know what system or style that they use, then also you do another research where you look at some other relative designs. You can use the Pinterest just to also you to get inspired or some motivations and aspirations from other graphic designers on how you're gonna tackle that design. So right now you need to understand that the power of your mind, because your mind controls your life, and with your mind you will do more thinking than designing in this field. So it's not just about designing all the time, but it also deals with thinking a lot than designing. So your mindset can limit you or promote you. It just depends on how you use your mind. So mindset is influenced by the exposure. What are you being exposed to? The information. For example, in graphic designing, we get some inspirations from a lot of different aspects. For example, it can be a movie, or maybe you are walking on the road and you see maybe a banner somewhere. Those are kinds of inspiration. So it matters to what you feed your mind. So don't undervalue yourself, because your mind has power to control you, and also you have power to control your mind. So make sure you should always be on top of what you think. So in this next video we are going to PixelLab, whereby I'm going to show you the tools and how the interface of PixelLab. But right now I'm sure that you have that video, you have that application, the PixelLab. If you don't, go to your Play Store, search PixelLab and download the application, because right now is the time where we go into PixelLab. So I'm going to open my PixelLab. This is the icon of PixelLab. So this is what we were trying to design as we were looking at the typography. So right now we're just going to look at the tools in PixelLab. So when you open, the first time that you're going to open your PixelLab, this will be the interface. So this will be your interface of PixelLab once you open it. And if you go at the bottom, you'll see these five ribbons. So these are the tool sets. So the second one is the text tool. If you are dealing with text, you'll be dealing with this. The third one is the shape tool. If you are dealing with shapes, this is the tool that you're going to be using. This one, it deals with the backgrounds and the picture sizes and dimensions. And this one is just add the effect to the background, so it works together with the background setting. So right now let's look at here is where you find your projects. These are just some default designs of PixelLab. For example, this one is another background, there's a text there. So these are some of the default designs that are already there in PixelLab. but we're going to look at the text tool, how the text tool works. So there are styles, there are edits. So if you want to edit, there are 2 ways or 3 ways that you can do. The first one is we go edit, then you type whatever you want. For example, let's say textbooks. So this is your text. If you want to delete it, that's the delete bin. Undo, you can click this sign. So if you want to duplicate the text, you can just copy it. That means the text will be copied, so you can be able to move. If you want to drag a text on the working space, it's called a canvas. So this is your working space. So you can just tap and drag, and press where you desire to put the text. So I would delete one text so that it should remain with one. And the next tool, that is the front tool or back tool. So the to front will bring the text on top, the to back will bring the text at the back. For example, let's say we have a shape. Shape like this, that means the text is beneath that shape. So I want you to note this: when I select the shape and I go to text tool, other tools are disabled, only 2 are there. That means you can add a text. Once I add a text, the other tools of text tool will be visible. Once I select the shape tool, other tools of shapes are disabled. When I select the shape tool, there are many editing sides of the shape. So it means that here the text is beneath and the shape is on top. So these are the layers. When I talk of the layers, here is to get the layers. So this is the text, this is the shape. If you look at it, the shape is on top, the text is beneath. If I can drag this and bring the text on top, the text will be on top of the shape. That means it will be visible. When I take this shape and bring it on top, the shape is beneath. That means the text is not visible. Why? Because the layer of the shape is on top of the layer of text. So in designing, you deal with the layers. So the other way to bring it is, let's say I should lock this layer of shape. That means I can, whatever I select, I cannot select the shape tool. Instead, I'll be selecting the text tool because I've locked the shape tool. So I was saying, if you click the to front, that means the text will come automatically on the front. It means what you're doing is the text tool, this text layer will come in front. Here it is at the back. If I select the to front, it will move at the top. So that's how you use it. So I'll delete, I'll disable the shape tool. Let's remain with the text tool. So the other tool under text tool is the position. This is the other way. If you don't want to drag, or maybe you want to reach a certain precise length or position, you use this tool called position, whereby you drag where you want to the text to be or the shape to be. So you can increase the movement, reduce the movement. It just determines the speed of while the text is moving. The other tool is relative position. This tool, it helps you in alignment. We talked of alignment. So if you want to align, you are not sure where is the center of your canvas, you want it to be at the center, you can assume that this is the center. Maybe it's not the center, you don't know. So you use the relative position to determine the center of your canvas, the absolute center of your canvas. So you use this, it will bring the text on center. So this is the center. So if you take this, if you click this, it will bring at the left, this at the light, this bottom, this top. This will bring at the center, the little center. So that's how you use relative positions. The other tool is size. If you want to increase the size of the text, if you want to reduce the size of the text, you use this tool. The other alternative, you just click, there's this dot at the corner of this text frame. So you just increase, you tap and increase or reduce the text frame. Because we deal with frames, there's a text frame. So as you can see, the text is in the boundary, which is a frame. So this is the text frame, and there is a shape frame that deals with the shape. And there's this tool padding. Sometimes your fonts that you selected, the other side cannot appear just because of the font style or the typeface of that font. So the padding, you just increase. Let's say maybe your font was like this.
so the T is not visible enough, so you just increase the padding to the left, or you can just use to the right if the left side is not clear. So that's how you deal with padding. The other text tool is color. This is where you change your text color, so you can select the color that you want. So let's just turn the background color to black. So this is your text color, it's white. Most of the time the default color it's white. So I'll go to color, so I can select, if I want my color to be yellow, I'll select the color. So these are the default colors, but you can select colors because some of the colors are not here, but you can choose the color by going to the color wheel. Let's say you want a green color, maybe you want to increase the shade, or it has to be a hue, so that's how you choose the color. Or you want maybe to be at least a neon color, so this is how you select the color of your text. You can also add a gradient to your text, whereby you just click on gradient, so you can choose the gradient. These are the default gradients, so you can choose the gradient that you want on your text. If you want to add a text gradient, a gradient is just a combination of two or more colors. So if you can look here, we have this bar and this bar, so these are color bars. So if you want to select a color, you can just click here, you select a color, let's say this color, and you can choose this bar, another bar, you can select another color. So this is your color. That means if you click, this will be your gradient. So there's another default on top here where you choose the spread of your gradient. So if you look at this will be your spread of your gradient. If you select this, it will be the spread of your gradient. You can also drag these lines just to change the position of the spread of your gradient. You can choose this. This is called a linear gradient arrangement. So you can just click OK. That means the blue is on the center, the other color. So you can choose to be like this. So the yellow is just the green, the blue is just here. So that's how you deal with the gradient. You can still add some other bars to add the gradient. So there is a addition, we're just adding another bar of gradient. So you can select here also another color, but as you're selecting color for the gradient, make sure you follow the color harmonies. We talked of the tetrad, so make sure you follow all the colors. We talked of the complementing colors, so you choose according to the color harmonies. So you can add as much as you want. You can select colors as much as you want. So that's how you deal with the color gradient. If you want to remove, just click the minus sign, the negative sign. So if you want to change the arrangement, let's say you want this bar to be at this end and this bar to be at this end, you can manually remove them like that, or you can just click this tool. That's how you add. Here you just shift which bar should be active. You see these yellow lines at the beneath of the color bars. It shows that this bar is active. If you switch it to another color, this yellow shows that this bar is active. So that's about the text. So I'm just going to turn it to white.